Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Halftime Report. Well, let's get talking about the US generic space. Macquarie has written a note recently and said that the US generics market is under pressure and price erosion is expected to possibly accelerate. To talk more about the space, we have with us Kunal Dhamesha, who's the Pharma and Healthcare Research Analyst at Macquarie Capital. Kunal, hi, welcome to the show. Well, interesting note that you wrote a couple of days ago. Just give us the crux of what you are thinking when it comes to the US generics market on two counts. One is Revlimid generic seeing more competition, possibly sooner than expected, as well as price erosion increasing incrementally from here.
Sure. So basically, a US generics market had been, kind enough in the last couple of years. The price erosion has kind of, had kind of come down for the players which were operating in the market, primarily because there were a lot of drug shortages in the US market, and the competition in the US generics market had continued to remain stable. Over 2021, 2022, and 2023. And those drug shortages were again a function of some of the companies which went bankrupt when the interest rate in the US started increasing. And then there were a lot of import alerts being given by the US FDA when they restarted the inspection process post-COVID. All those led to drug shortages, which led to benign price erosion over the last couple of years. Now, when we are in a midst of 2025, what I see here is that the drug shortages have been reducing for the last 6 to 8 months now. So from the peak of around 125 molecules under shortages as per US FDA data, now we are down to 80 molecules. Typically, when I do a correlation analysis of price erosion versus drug shortages, when the drug shortages go below 60, that's when the price erosion had been maximum in the past, historically speaking. So, we are on the downward trend on the drug shortages. And secondly, when I look at the competition in the US generics market, the way I tracked it is it's a metric which is launched ANDA per unique molecule in the US market. That right now is around 4.85. A year back, 2023, it was around 4.77, and it was pretty stable for 2021, 2022. So, we know the competition is kind of inching up when the drug shortages are reducing, and that kind of points me in a direction that we might see acceleration in the price erosion in the US generics market, which had been benign for the last couple of years.
Okay. Which has been benign, and we could see furthermore a bit of a downfall coming in here as well. Your changes in stance are basis of this as well, right? So now, what do you not like, and what do you like in the sector?
So, we obviously look at which all companies are highly levered to the US generics market, right? So, within the large cap pharma names, you have Aurobindo, which almost derives around 48% of their revenue from the US market. And on the other extreme, you would have a company like Sun Pharma, where the US generic exposure has come down meaningfully, probably we estimate it at around anywhere between low to mid-teens percentage point of their top line. And hence, anyone who is much more levered to the US generics market, that's where we see, there could be risk to the forward earnings. And hence, we have double downgraded Aurobindo from outperform to underperform. And we have also downgraded Dr. Reddy's from outperform to neutral.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, yes, Aurobindo and Dr. Reddy's, we want to touch upon that a little more. But first on Revlimid generic, once you see that incremental competition, which are the companies that you think which would be more susceptible in terms of earnings risk?
So basically, generic Revlimid, we have seen a period of limited competition because innovator provided every generic with a limited volume licenses between March 2022 to January 2026. Now, as we are in the last lap of that, the limited competition period, what we will see is many more players entering post January 2026. And in anticipation of that, the price erosion in the generic Revlimid has already started, even as early as April to June quarter. And I believe that the price erosion is probably going to accelerate in the generic Revlimid as well. And as we have published, based on our estimates, within our coverage, Dr. Reddy's derive almost around high teens percentage point of the total revenue as a percentage of FY25 revenue from generic Revlimid. And the lowest contribution is for Lupin, which is 0% because they don't have the product. And all other companies are in between that 0 to high teens percentage point in terms of top line contribution from this product.
Right, Kunal, while obviously we're seeing Revlimid going out of fashion now, and that will start coming and in terms of the impact for these companies, but GLP-1, semaglutide, we've seen so much data coming in. Ekta was talking about the numbers as well just a short while ago. So anything that you're liking on that front as well, opportunities there for the company, so which ones are you looking out for?
So I think on the semaglutide, which is going off patent in almost 85 countries, in early part of calendar year 2026, what we are seeing is the meaningful market is Canada. And there, Novo Nordisk, which is the innovator of semaglutide, they reported calendar year 24 revenue of around $1.2 billion from this market alone. And we believe at this point in time, when we look at the Canadian government's website, there are 4 players who have filed for this generic opportunity for Canadian market at this point in time. And within that, Dr. Reddy's is one of the early filers there. So we believe that semaglutide in Canada could offer a decent upside opportunity for a company like Dr. Reddy's. Another company that has filed is Sandoz and Apotex. And there is a 4th company where the name is not disclosed on the website at this point in time. But these are the 3 companies which are currently in race for this large market, which is opening up in early part of calendar year 2026. As for the India market and the other emerging market, my view is that eventually it would be a good big market, but there will be many players who will be competing in this market, and hence I would basically prefer companies who already have a strong presence in anti-diabetic therapy within India market, and within that the top 3-4 companies that I see based on the third-party data provided by IMS is Sun Pharma, Lupin, Eris Life Sciences. These are the 3 companies which are basically top 3 in the anti-diabetic therapy. So they have a better chance of getting a more market share in my view.
Okay, a very comprehensive conversation there, Kunal. Thank you very much for joining in and talking to us and giving us your perspective on the pharmaceutical space. That's Macquarie Capital talking about their likes and dislikes in the pharma space. We need to take a short break as we do that, but we'll be back with more. And as we slip into a break, here is some good news for our viewers. India's business news leader is now just a click away. Introducing CNBC-TV18's all-new app. Get instant access to breaking news, in-depth articles and financial world updates at your fingertips. Download the CNBC TV18 app now from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, or just scan the QR code on your screen.